Now we're going to add a new HTML tag. And this is the figure tag, and it creates a figure box. So we're going to go down into the article, and in the header section, just after the H1, add a figure tag. So it's just figure, and it has an opening and closing tag. And inside here goes two things, the content and a fig caption. So, and the content can go before or after the caption, just depends whether you want the caption on top or on bottom. But, and the content can be whatever you want. We're going to put an image in here. You can put text if you want, but it commonly is used with an image, and that's what we're going to use it for. So we're going to use an image, and the source is going to be, we're in the HTML, so we need to go in the images folder. So images / and it's TB Komatsu PNG is the image that we're going to use. And the alt tag is family portrait. All right, so there's the image tag. We know how to do those. And then next we're going to use the figure caption, which is FIG caption. And in here we're going to put whatever text you want to be the caption for the image. And so this is left to right, Iku, Micah, Hiroshi, Genta, and Zuko. All right, so that's everybody listed from left to right. And so we've added this figure box, and I've saved it and refresh, and there the image shows up. Now notice that it doesn't look any different with the figure box. It's not anything noticeable, but we'll be able to style it. And down here you see that figure caption. So it's right there. So now we're going to use that figure box and style it. So we're going to go in visual1.css and right under the figure box styles. So on the figure, on the figure selector, we want to use the figure selector, and that captures the whole thing. We're going to add a margin, and the margin is going to be 20 pixels on the top. And then for the left and right, we're going to do auto, and the bottom will make 0 pixels. So when you use 3, the first one is the top, the middle one is the left and right, and the bottom one is the 0. And then we want the width at 80%. And this is saying that that figure box will take up 80% of the width of its container. Next, we'll style the image that's in there. And so for this one, for the selector, we'll use figure IMG, and that's for any image that is in that figure box. And we want to display not inline. So by default, images are inline is the display, but we want to set it to block. And this is so we can actually put a width on it. The width property does not work with inline elements. So we change the display to block, and then we can set the width to 100%. And this will say that the image will take up 100% of what's containing it, and that's that figure box. So it'll fill up that figure box all of the way. Next, we want to style the figure caption, right? So that's the fig caption. And we can go ahead and add figure, and then it's the fig caption inside there, and that will be our selector. And for this one, we want to set several things. So we're going to set the background color to white, and the font family. Now, font family, remember we list several in a row, the one we prefer at the very first, and we want that to be Palatino, P-A-L-A-T-I-N-O, Palantino space linotype, okay? And because it has a space in it, we use the quotes, and then we put a comma, and we put the next one, which is just Palatino. And then the next one needs quotes because it has spaces in it, and that's Times New Roman. And then we're going to use just the very generic serif. All right, you kind of always want to end with something with a generic style. And there we did that. Okay, now we want to add a font style, and the font style is italic, and a padding. And the padding, we want the top and the bottom to be 10 pixels and the left and the right to be 0 pixels. So there we've got the padding set on that, and then we want it to be centered. So we'll use text align, text align center. Okay, and save that, and we go back and refresh, and there, notice how the picture got a little bit bigger. That's because it filled up 80% of the body, its container. Actually, its container is the article, so actually header, right? The header in the article. I'm missing some in the tree. So it takes up 80%, got a little bit bigger. Notice the style and the image filled up the figure box all the way. And the style that was added then to the caption, got a white background, it's centered, and it's italicized and uses that font family. So there we've added a figure box with, and then styled it.